Hi everyone, my name's Carmen and I'm going to be doing my video presentation on perfluorooctanoic acid, but for the purpose of this video I will be referring to it as PFOA. A little bit of background history on PFOA. It was first produced by the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company in 1947, and this company was later sold to DuPont. In the fall of 2008, Rob Elliott, a renowned environmental lawyer, forced the DuPont company to release all information on PFOA on behalf of a cattle rancher. After his cows started to experience side effects and die from drinking from this contaminated creek, this rancher hired Elliott to go after the DuPont company because he knew that something was being leaked into his creek and he just wanted to get to the bottom of it. So this is important because that court case actually caused the release of all the information that the DuPont company had on PFOA. So yeah, a phase out of PFOA did begin in 2002. Facts about PFOA. It has a solubility of 9.5 grams per liter at 25 degrees Celsius, making it extremely easy to mix with anything. So it's just soluble and it can mix with almost anything in our environment. It's classified in Group 2B by the World Health Organization, meaning that it's possibly carcinogenic to humans. PFOA has been detected in nearly 98% of the people tested for it. And as you can see down here, I have this little picture and it says out of every 20 children tested, 19 of them had their blood was contaminated by PFOA. It's considered a persistent organic pollutant, so all that means that it's not biodegradable and it'll stay in our environment for a really, really long time. In humans, it has a long half-life of 2.3 to 8.5 years. I know that in environment, it's between 20 to 30 years, just depending on how much was released in that area. So where can it be found? It can almost literally be found anywhere on Earth. I named Germany, Spain, Norway, and the US and Australia because these places have actually been tested, but it was found in most of the drinking water in these areas. But it's also found in the Antarctic and the Arctic, which just means that it has like literally gone everywhere on the planet. It's never been known to be used in Antarctica, so it's just weird how it ended up there. Traces of it have been found in corn, fish, mainly any livestock there is. So it just shows how much of it has actually gone into our environment and has infiltrated our food and all our food sources. What effect does it have on us? In humans, it accumulates in the liver, kidneys, and cerebrum, causing multiple toxicities, including hepatotoxicity, immunotoxicity, genotoxicity, and neurotoxicity. PFOA occupational workers had double the rate of kidney cancer than anyone in the regular population. The biggest concern is immunotoxicity, which is when the immune system stops working and starts to fight itself. PFOA has also been correlated to asthma, pregnancy-induced hypertension, nervous tissue damage, and thymic and splenic atrophy. So the effects on animals, so this goes back to the court case. Those cows actually had lesions. Their eyes actually came out of their heads, and a lot of them grew really weird tumors all over their body, and some of them just fell over and died. But the most predominant damage is liver. And then for the most part, it has the same effect on animals as it does on humans, but I feel like animals are way more affected by it just because they're small. Some of them are smaller, and we don't test for these sort of things in them. So the route of exposure, as of now, there's no like known route of exposure. You can literally be exposed to it anywhere, anytime. Most people have been exposed to it through their drinking water. And then people who live near military or industrial buildings should be aware of the possibility of exposure to PFOA. That just means that they're more likely to be exposed to it, and they're more likely to actually experience some of the side effects. Due to its persistence in the environment, though, it can be found in almost everywhere. It's found in our groundwater, our soil, and areas that used to be used as firefighting training sites. It also has a high presence in ocean water and in surface water. So what is PFOA? It's hydrophobic, meaning it hates water. It's also a really strong carbon bond that it's really hard to penetrate. But its most important applications are in stain repellents, protective coating for electrical wiring, firefighting foam. It's a semiconductor in manufacturing and aviation hydraulics. Um, so it can mostly be found in like anything that's rubber and anything that's used for the rain. So rain boots, raincoats, that type of stuff. But its most important use, or I believe it's like most important, the most known use of it is actually in non-stick pans. So if you use those pans, it's not used anymore, but at one time those pans were coated by PFOA. Um, like I said before, it's used in raincoats, fast food containers, microwave popcorn bags, stain resistant carpet, and most of our electronics. What is being done? In the year 2000, there was a phase out plan, meaning that it's no longer used and it has been replaced by something that is biodegradable. In May 2016, the EPA updated its water drinking guidelines for PFOA in response to the rising attention of the dangers of PFOA, but it's not a law, so a county doesn't have to follow it. It's just a guideline. It is down to 70 parts per trillion. That means that at that point it will have no health effects on us. And then in 2006, the EPA and 8 manufacturers who used PFOA at the time agreed to a stewardship program. The goal of the program was to reduce the content levels of PFOA by 90%, and by the year of 2010 and eliminate PFOA from emissions and product content by 2015.